Chris Buescher, Denny Hamlin on the front row, and here we go.
See Denny spinning the tires on the inside. Talked about that preferred line. There it is. The outside, Chris Buescher.
Buescher hooks the bottom just like he did on his time trial laps, and he scoots away from Chase Elliott. Larson, Hamlin fighting for third.
Well, the good thing I see right there with Kyle Larson in the 5 car is that second groove he's able to maintain. Now Hamlin's going to take the position away on the backstretch, but he stayed door to door for about a lap and a half.
Now you saw Denny Hamlin have difficulty at the green flag. Here's some audio from the 11 team.
I mean, did he jump? It was close, yeah, for sure.
Let's take another look at it.
Well, I can tell you didn't go.
All right.
Whether he jumped or not, everybody else around did. But that's a disadvantage. I'm telling you right now, second place on the bottom here, always harder. You're reacting to that leader. You can't go until you hear or see some sort of movement out of that leader.
Josh Bilicki has gone a lap down. Remember, he had to go to a backup car after a practice crash. So in that untried backup.
See some debris on the front of the 9 car. Chase Elliott might hear some, might be backing up and maybe let the 11 car pass him to see if he can suck that off in his wake.
Now we know that's not tape on the grill because that's no longer allowed. So crew chief, that was one of your primary tuning tools for downforce. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, we don't have any more tape on the nose, so that's gone away the way this cooling system is. And these cars no longer have the rear track bar, the rear panhard bar as far as adjustments. So a lot of the tools are gone out of adjustments we can make on a pit stop. Looks like Chase Elliott, he got the debris off that nose. So
starting to already see that rubber building up on this racetrack. That's what's going to start separating these cars, right? Your handling starts coming into a play. If you're tight, you're going to get tighter in that. That rubber on the racetrack is slick, and whatever problem you're fighting in that race car, it's just going to be amplified.
22 laps complete in Dover, and we have a new leader. Chris Buescher led the first 18 laps. Let's show you what happened for Denny Hamlin to take over the lead.
Well, right before the break, you heard Justin Haley talk about that, how concentrated the wake is behind him. Look at this. The 17 of Chris Buescher gets in the wake of Gilliland right in front of him. Woo! That took all the downforce off his car, got loose, had to bail out of the gas, and away goes Denny Hamlin. That fast, folks.
Kyle Larson has moved past Buescher into second. About 7/10 behind the leader, who now pulls up on Cody Ware.
And we talk about that wake, how concentrated it is behind these cars. That's where you see Denny being able to move around, maneuver his car. Yesterday's Xfinity race, you saw pretty much every pass run right up to the rear of the cars close enough. You didn't hit them per se, but you would take the air off of them and get loose, move them, if you will. Today, I think you're going to have to, because of that wake behind these cars, force yourself to get up high, get that car rotated, change your lineup.
And the 11 group came to play this weekend, unloaded in the ballpark, and then during the quick practice session, Denny really moved around trying to find the best line on the track. I was told this is the happiest he's been with the race car since Vegas as the 5. His buddy goes to the inside, tries to take the lead from him.
yeah, I would say Jamie Company is coming, but Kyle Larson, he led over 260 laps in this race a year ago, running exactly where he's running. He is running right at the bottom of the racetrack.
It's an art. It really is. If you run on that bottom of the racetrack, back to corner up, discipline, big time. It's hard to not overdrive the corner running to the bottom, because if you overdrive it, you're going to land harder. It's going to get loose. The car will be out from underneath of you, and then squirting the throttle through the middle of that corner. That's just something that's drastically different, and you can afford. Whoa, look at this. Very tight underneath Ty Dillon for the lead. That's going to give Larson a chance, but I think he's going to take the outside. Traffic is the name of the game of this place. Look at that.
Well, these drivers, they're lapping right now. They know within about 5 laps we've got that competition caution, so they are fighting trying to stay on the lead lap right now.
Denny Hamlin's putting some good cars a lap down. Here's Austin Dillon, and just ahead, Joey Logano. The caution flew right then.
Nice job, man. Great job.
And I believe Dillon may have been ahead of Hamlin and stayed on the lead lap, which means the free pass would either be Austin Dillon or Chase Briscoe.
Well, you said it, Mike. So many good names, big name drivers, fast race cars have been fast all year. Missed it. Looking for some big adjustments on this stop.
Denny Hamlin leads them back to green. Kyle Larson to the inside.
Denny carried him pretty deep into the Geico restart box, but Kyle Larson in that 5, he was ready for it.
Hamlin prevails, 3 wide in the back. Allmendinger trying to make up a lot of time after that speeding penalty. So Hendrick right now with Larson 2nd, Elliott 5th, Bowman 8th, and William Byron in a backup car up to 21st.
And Mike, those 4 drivers led all but 18 of 400 laps in that race a year ago.
Caution. Uh-oh.
Mother Nature's made her appearance. Caution began at lap 67. It will end at lap 83. And look at this Monday crowd.
Darn right. Everybody stayed watching some racing on a Monday.
So the Dryden 400 is back under green. Single file through the first 3 spots. The fight is for 4th. And Denny Hamlin on the outside making some noise. And he's under fire from Eric Almirola.
Oh, got to spin into the wall. I think it's Brad. Nope,
Austin Cindric, and another one between 3 and 4. Locking up the brakes to avoid what was ahead. Todd Gilliland crashes and spins down to the track apron.
That turn 3 has given Todd Gilliland fits all weekend long. Yeah, he was already way high up out of the groove, but look how dirty the racetrack is up there. Saw him starting to slide.
Now we're going to ride along with Ryan Blaney.
Somebody 2 in front of this 2 wide. Pinning up top.
I can tell you how Gilliland spun out off the front bumper of the 12 car. Unfortunately, just checked up. Ryan couldn't get checked up in time and got into the back of him and spun him out.
Larson and Elliott on older tires. Hamlin with those new tires. Here we go.
Tell you what, that's a good jump for Chase Elliott on the inside, door to door.
A lot better than the last restart.
Absolutely. Going to the lead, going to take it. That's how you do it, boys. Rewind, look at this.
Chris Buescher, our pole sitter, battling Ross Chastain for 8th. Second place. Those newer tires of Hamlin going to work, but Larson on the outside.
Saw them 2 at dinner together last night, probably arguing over who the bill right now. That's what you're seeing side by side.
A.J. Allmendinger got up to the wall. Did he get into it?
Yes, he did. You saw the flames come out of his pipes. Got pushed pretty high by Eric Jones, too. He knew it. He was in trouble, lifted out of the gas. Wasn't enough. He's back. Cooled his tire and finally got to the inside. Now he's going to make a pass. But I'm telling you, he'll have to shut it off. If the 9 can stay on his door on the exit, he'll still have trouble. And there it is.
These 2 finished 1-2 here in 2018. Elliott was the winner.
When you run the bottom like that, if you don't get him cleared by right there, you're in trouble. He's clear up now.
Green checker just stopped. Going down to nature. Nice work.
Denny Hamlin, 2nd stage win this season and the 4th of his career at Dover.
Denny Hamlin's team just blistering pit stops lately. A 4-tire stop there. The car's good was freeing up as they went.
Here's your Ram race off pit road. Oh, whoa.
Got a tire racing Denny Hamlin. There's a penalty.
Not sure whose. But that's a getaway.
Never a good sign when you look over and a tire's passing you on pit road.
Well, that was a tire that was intended on going on, and there you see the 11 car. Knew it was a brand new tire that had a sticker on it.
Jack, man. Well, I can promise you this. I was going to dial him up for a stage win. I am not dialing him up now. Never a good sign when your tire passes you. Too bad. Costly mistake. Yeah, watch that Jack guy right there. Obviously, the change is changing the tire. You see the left front come off. Watch the Jack guy hang the tire back here on the back, hangs the tire, glances up. It's his call. When he drops that car, it's Denny's cue to take off and blow out of the pits. He didn't really see that left front tire changer, whether or not that wheel was on or not. Drop the Jack, Denny takes off, no lug nut on it.
So Hamlin will restart 29th. Ross Chastain, coming off a win with Christopher Bell on the inside, will be the front row. Truex and Elliott, Buescher and Byron, Kyle Busch and Larson, Keselowski and Bowman are the top 10 as they approach the Geico restart zone to begin stage 2. Truex to second. And Buescher, crossover move. Watch that blue car gunning for third. Ty Dillon got the free pass. He's back on the lead lap. And pole sitter Chris Buescher. Watch the 17 here.
It's a good move.
Kyle Busch to the outside of Bell now for 5th place. And trouble for Bell. Off pace into the corner.
Which side do you know? Left side, I think. I think it's left rear.
They're flat.
Just do 4, guys. Just do 4.
Right before that caution, we had all 4 Gibbs cars up inside the top 6 or 7. Now 2 having issues, Bell and Hamlin.
I don't know if he had a flat. You think it was a loose wheel?
He was feeling something, and we are hearing it a loose wheel. It sounds great, Mike.
Caution, 5 car Larson around backwards on the front straightaway.
Get it fired back up here. Did we hit hard? No, we didn't hit hard, but we blew a tire.
He was 7th, and that's the 5th caution flag.
Right rear's down. Did he blow a right rear? Was that the cause of it? Man, what a save. Barely into the wall with the right rear. Both right side tires are down. Don't do the damage to this. Slow down a little bit.
And Clint, that was only 27 laps. 27 laps on those tires.
See what happened. Yeah, he's already sideways. Sliding through the corner. Is the right rear down? I don't think so. I think he just got loose and lost it. I think the tires blew as he was sliding with the wheels locked up. Great save. You don't see that very often at this racetrack, the self-cleaning with the banking on the corners.
Harrison Burton, the free pass, gives us 29 cars on the lead lap as we go back to green.
Mike, for the second time, Trent Owens, the crew chief for Justin Haley in that 31, right side tires only, gained a lot of track position on that stop.
Well, earlier we saw cars that stayed out and did not take any tires prevail and do very well. So this 2-tire stop by Haley's crew could prove to be a good call. Spinner back straight away. Kurt Busch.
Down against the wall.
6th caution of the race. At lap 189.
To the inside wall.
Kurt was 15th. And let's have a look at what happened in turn 2. Oops.
Got some help off of Allmendinger. Got him loose, got up into the wall. Heavy
But I think
damage.
Kurt was in trouble before Allmendinger actually got into him.
Well, he had to lift. Those
Yeah.
cars racing in front of him got probably aero tight, lifted a little bit. Allmendinger got in the back of him, spun him out.
Justin Haley outside A.J. Allmendinger on the green. Bowman and Reddick, Wallace and Kyle Busch, Suarez, Byron Elliott, Chastain, your top 10. Here we go. Larson 3 wide, and he is making time on the outside.
He sure did. 3 wide, 2 rows. Past 2 rows, whole complete rows, 4 cars in 1 corner. Pretty cool. Trying the outside of Keselowski now off of 4. Pretty bold move there.
Contact. Chris Buescher getting into it there outside turn 2. Bowman to the front, last year's winner. Both those drivers just ran their fastest lap of the race during this run about 8 laps ago. And Kyle Busch is coming all the way to the front.
Sure has.
The entire top 10, 3 Toyotas, 7 Chevrolets. The best Ford right now, Harvick in 13th, as Denny Hamlin is 1 spot away from the top 10 now. Watch how Kyle Busch took the lead, powering off that corner.
Yeah, you could see Justin Haley's front end wasn't, pointed right. He was waiting on the throttle, Kyle Busch's was, and he was back to the throttle wide open. Got Haley in 1 corner, went down to the next end, and got Bowman.
On the front, just hang on. Caution's out. Caution's out.
Denny Hamlin and Cody Ware.
Man, day went from bad to worse for Denny Hamlin.
Hamlin was the 4th place car. Cody Ware 3 laps down.
Get it rolling right there. It ripped the.
And Cody Ware spun coming off turn number 4 and just collected Hamlin. Look at the damage to the right side on the 11th.
Oh, 51 loses it, overcorrected, got in a wall right in front of the 11 of Denny Hamlin.
Oh. Well, that's at 9 degrees of banking. You knew that 51 car is going to go from the top to the bottom.
Just barely clipped Denny in the rear. Look for Kyle Busch to be 3 wide, getting in 1 and 2 here. It's going to happen fast. There he goes.
Same thing he did earlier on a restart.
Two to go in stage 2.
Very close quarters off of 4 with Chase Elliott. Had to get out of the gas.
3 cars want the lead. Blaney trying to hang on against Kyle Busch and Martin Truex.
Hanging tough on them old tires, I'm here to tell you.
I'm impressed.
Oh,
I'm
Truex
very
really
impressed.
loose, getting into 3.
So it won't be Truex who will win stage 2. 1 to go.
I think he does it. I was worried. I said if he could get through 1 and 2, I was thinking he'd be fine. I think he wins the stage.
Blaney hanging tough, trying to hug that white line on the bottom.
Well, then Kyle got loose.
Got loose. No run here.
No run. Ryan Blaney gets his 4th stage win of the year. 4th place. Chastain slides up on Martin Truex
Sure
and
did.
back down. They have spent a lot of time in close company today, these two. The leaders are in.
Alex
There's a
Bowman
tire
was
on the
getting
racetrack in the back stretch.
all he could. I think it's off the 16 car.
And caution waves for the 10th time. Lap 324.
I didn't mean to get excited there. Sorry, guys, but I saw that tire right in the middle of the racetrack. Cars were scrambling, and actually what I saw first is the spotters are standing right next to us, and all of them were pointing over there to other spotters that the tire was on a racetrack.
Jamie.
You saw Kyle Busch just came in there, and the 48 followed suit. Barely made that entry to pit road, but Kyle Busch is losing rear grip, so he'll be happy to get these tires. And you see it there, the remnants of the 16 wheel fall off.
Right front on AJ Allmendinger's car. And that's the second one of the day. Martin Truex earlier with a left, or excuse me, Denny Hamlin earlier with a left front. And hoping nobody catches that and launches it. And fortunately, no one did. Green flag.
Half to the 9 with the run. He cleared the 19 lane lower right here.
Brandon McReynolds, Ross Chastain's spotter.
Ross has been so good on these restarts. He has been absolute money, whether he's up there leading or back in the pack.
Yeah, his short run speed is just tremendous. And the jumps that he's been getting on that outside. You saw it right there firsthand on the in-car. He's just been really on point on his starts for sure.
Eric Jones 6th under fire from Kyle Larson, the series champ. Kyle Busch coming from the back at 17th. Now Alex Bowman got a better restart. He's at 15th.
3 with the 22 in the mid.
Yeah, they're having to fight even drivers that are one or more laps down, because when you take a wave around, you start at the tail end of the field.
48's got some debris on the nose of his car. It's a pretty big piece as well. He's going to try to. This looks like a piece of foam out of.
Car in the wall, turn 3. At spinning
Suarez.
goes Daniel Suarez. He was not the car that hit the wall, however. And we'll re-rack him and try again. That's the 11th caution flag at lap 335. Suarez spun to avoid someone ahead of him who got up and into the wall in turn 3.
I don't think he's down, but I messed him up obviously.
Oh, that was Corey LaJoie.
There you go. Caution coming here. Caution.
It was pretty tight on his door.
They were racing for 12th place. LaJoie
Yeah.
and Suarez.
Well, LaJoie, it all started off at 2. LaJoie was side by side. I couldn't really see who he was there door to door off of 2, and it gave Suarez that big run getting off into 3. And when he went to lift out of the gas, just got into the 7 car. Not a lot of damage, but
a miracle another car didn't get into him. He was sliding down that banking.
great start for Chase Elliott on the bottom that time, holding strong. Might get to the point right here. He can take the lead. It's going to be a hard-fought battle. It's hard to come off the corners. You need that track. You need that real estate to move up. And when the one of Chastain's out there, you have to lift out of the gas.
Chastain keeps trying to get that run off the corner, but Chase Elliott's car, it's wrapping the bottom. The car is turning, gets good drive off the corner.
Chastain holding strong on that outside. Great race.
Side by side for third as well.
They know how important that clean air is. You get out front, you just might win this race. And Chastain's holding him down in that back straightaway, isn't he?
Backstretch spin. Single car. Tyler Reddick.
Both of them want the benefit of the clean air of the hood until their race car to dictate the pace of the race. Either way, we're going to rewrite them. 88 laps to go. Jason.
Hard to tell if there was any contact. Brad Keselowski was several feet behind him.
We get to thinking about it. I'm going back racing.
That's what we'll do right now with 53 to go.
Perfect.
Another good jump for the 9 of Chase Elliott. Can he get clear?
Yes.
Yes, he does. And Stenhouse in tow.
Ricky Stenhouse trying to bring Jody and Tad Geschechter and Brad Doherty back to victory lane for the first time in 276 races.
That is a great job by Chase Elliott. Very hard to do on the bottom of that racetrack. Timing that and being ready for that restart. Great job.
Stenhouse still going after second place here.
All right, white flag at the line. White flag at the line.
Just get this thing back to the line as fast as possible.
1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. For Chase Elliott to become the 4th and final Hendrick driver to visit victory lane this season.
Was fastest in practice. Once that 9 car got in the lead, proved to be the fastest in the race as well.
Kyle Busch led the most laps today, 103. But Chase Elliott and his Hendrick Motorsports Camaro going to lead the last one.
Yeah, boys. Caution's out. Checker flag.
Caution, checker, Martin Truex.
Some tells
Comes
me
to grief on the last lap.
him and Chastain. I want to see a replay on this, but I'm telling you, went for it.
Digging it today. Great
The
effort.
white flag had
Appreciate y'all.
already waved. Elliott came to the line, gets the win, but here's what happens for third.
So Chastain got up. I've never seen Chastain moves up, shuts the door on him. He got loose, and man, once it got sideways, it just never could get back on underneath of him. He's going to be frustrated with that.
Yes, he will be. We just had talked about what a great run he had going.
And unofficially, Martin Truex is 12th.